Well, good afternoon, it's me again. I'm still at Duncan and Jack's yard, still showing some equipment to me. As you can see, my hand's all wet, it's been raining, but there you go. Well, thanks for coming along with my videos. On this video, we're into stationary engines now. Now, I know a few of you guys out there like a stationary engine, so do I. You know, it's all history, all the old iron. So let's get on to this video. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up for me. I would appreciate it, and if you think about it, subscribe to the channel. Don't cost you a penny, just down here, and it would be great. Thanks a lot for now, see you in a little while. Right, Jack, we're moving into the inner sanctum, are we?
Well, say that, yes.
Oh my God. That's a collection, isn't it? What have we got? Tell us what we got here, dude.
So this one's a Lister D, 1939. This one's a Lister A, 1942. We've got a Drake and Fletcher water pump. These three items all come from Drake and Fletcher in Maidstone, which were a spraying company that, or like the Barford Atom, that's Drake and Fletcher as well, so that all came from the same depot.
So what was it used for, the water pump then? Was it for orchard spraying or something like that?
These three were used for orchard spraying.
Yeah.
So these are all, again, local pieces. This only come up from the farm up the road there.
Really?
Yeah, this come from Marden. And that one come from Tunbridge as well. So
that middle one with the big water trough on top.
Yeah, the big hot water hopper on top. Yeah.
And that's where you put your coolant water, is it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Do you have to change that at all occasionally, or?
You just got to drain it out in frosty weather. That's all it says.
Not even if it's running all day long, it still carry on, would it?
Yeah. Well, you have to top it up because you got
obviously evaporation. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So, and that's a 3-horse model. That's only 1.5 horsepower.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so this is the pump, the water pump that's on there is a double acting water pump, so it pumps both ways. If you look at the arm going across there, it's pumping both ways.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And the other water pump here.
Is this a Wolseley on there?
Yeah, this is a Wolseley WD2. They did 2 models, and the other one was a WD8, which was the newer model. I don't know the year of this, but this is the engine that come from Slough when we went to go pick up a plough, which wasn't there.
You found something else?
Yes, yeah.
Do you often carry money around with you? Because obviously
you've got to always have money on you just in case there's something you see and it's for sale, sort of thing.
Exactly. So the age of all this equipment we got just standing in front of us here?
So yeah, 1939, 1942. I don't know the age of that one yet.
I'm sure someone will put it down in the comments, like what we got here.
Yes, yeah.
So the water pump, is it it's positive displacement pump, I can see?
Yes. So yeah, this is a 3-piston pump. So each one is pumping water all the time, sort of thing.
Yep.
And that's Drake and Fletcher as well. And that was found in Marden in a coal bunker.
No, really?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And you pair that with
the big one.
And you've had it running?
Yeah.
Do you do the tractor fests or anything like that?
Yes, we've done the tractor fest. Yeah.
Oh, I got a video on the tractor fest. I might have caught you along the line somewhere.
Probably, yeah. I took 2 engines. I took the shaft drive Lister D and the Petter M there. Yeah. Last year.
Is it going to be on anymore? Someone tells me it's not going to be on anymore.
Yes, they've got a company in to take over to organise everything, because obviously it was all done by people coming in and doing voluntary work and that for it. So they've got a company in now to do it, because they've done a 10-year lease on the field, and obviously they just started there, so they've got to carry on doing it, or just pay the money for the field and not do anything. So it'd be a shame if it does go.
Oh God, yes. You know, enthusiasts like yourself, you know, that's why we do these equipment up to show them as well, to spread the word.
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, so we're moving on now. We've got one on the floor down here. I'm going to jump past you, trying to be safe. Oh. So, let's get it all focused.
So this is a Amanco.
Hold on. I'll get this safe.
Yeah,
right, so what have we got here then, Jack?
This is an Amanco, or Amanco as some people call it. It's again a water-cooled engine. This is 1.5 horsepower, and we believe this is 1929. This engine. This come from Slough as well, same place as the Wolseley.
You can still pick them up then?
Yeah.
I'm surprised because
you can, but people are starting to know what they're worth now, and it's hard to get them for a good price now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But as you say, if you know you're restoring them, you're keeping them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd be sitting in the barn, wouldn't they, rusting away?
Yes.
And then the scrap man comes along and gives them £5 for it, doesn't
exactly.
they?
Yeah.
You know. So, and we're, as I said before, we're only custodians of this equipment anyway. You're going to hand them on to your children,
Yeah. So,
and the history will be there as well, wouldn't it?
yes.
And that's such a great family you've got who looked after tractors and everything. You know? So, I'm gabbling on a bit now. So, what we got at the back here then?
So this is a Peta M. It's called an acorn top for the shape of the water cooler.
Oh, okay.
The next model they did a jelly mould top, which looked like a jelly mould, which would have been a tank cooled. And then they did an apple top as well, so a bigger cooling hopper, which would be more horsepower, which would have been a 5 horsepower engine.
Yep.
This one's only 1.5 horsepower. And
so what would these drive back in the day?
So this one used to drive a water pump to water tennis courts.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So again, water pumps. We've got a vacuum pump for milking cows and that.
Yeah, that's what I was more thinking about. Is you know, for a dairy sort of thing.
Yeah. We got a sheep shearing machine somewhere for one of the engines as well. They would have used like corn grinders and that for flour and stuff
and
like
for
that.
feed for the animals, wasn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great. And we got another Lister. Is that a Lister D?
Yeah, this is a Lister D. This is what they called a shaft drive.
Oh, right.
So if you go down in there, the magneto's driven by a shaft instead of by a chain. The other model.
See if I can squeeze round here.
The other model, the first model that I showed you, that's a chain-driven one. So this one's quite early. This one's a lot earlier, but we don't know the age of this one yet. I'm still looking.
Oh, that's fantastic. You know.
And that's a 1.5 horsepower.
So who taught you your trade then? Have you just sort of taught yourself?
Well, yes and no. Like, because you do YouTube videos, there's people out there also that have got the videos up, so you can sort of learn off of other people, which is quite nice.
But that's the good thing about YouTube. If you want to do a job, look at someone else who's done it before, and you learn all that skills, don't you?
I've learned by just taking things apart and trying to put them back together, basically.
Yeah.
So I've never had like any video games and that. I've just had engines and that just to play about with.
Perfect son.
Yeah.
Again. Right, so, and we've got some sort of double wheel job here. What's this one then?
Yeah, that's a Ruston Hornsby APR. That's 1928, and that was my first engine that I got when I was 7, I believe.
Really?
And that was for my birthday.
I mean, I'm going to ask the favour now. Come the summer, we'll have to have these out and chuffing over, won't we?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll get them all out if you like them.
And we'll have a video of just having them all chuffing around, and perhaps the ransom crawlers as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that's something to look forward to next spring, isn't it, Jacko? So how did you come across this one then?
So a bloke in the village, my dad knows, he was getting rid of some.
Yeah.
So this was the engine really that kicked it all off for me collecting engines.
Really?
So yeah, the bloke, that's where the water pump come from as well, that was in the coal bunker.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you have to do much work to it?
Apart from make the brass tube for the oiler, you have like an oiler to oil the bore.
Yeah.
Because like this one's an enclosed crank. This is called what's an open crank.
Yeah, open crank. Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's show the viewers that. So it sort of drops the oil into a little sump. You clean that out occasionally, and it's constantly being oiled rather than having an oil sump.
Yeah,
basically. Yep.
That's it. Yeah, and it's got grease cups on the main bearings.
Yeah. Would it take a lot of maintenance back in the day? Do you think?
As long as you had a good tub of grease and a good oil, it would have been fine.
Would have gone on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's proved it they've gone on forever, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because when these was first, what we're talking about, turn of the century, aren't we?
That's it, yeah.
And now we're into turn of another century and plus a bit more.
Yeah.
And it's still running strong.
Yeah.
Well, Jack, I'm amazed of all your equipment. Oh, you've got another one. Hold on, let's not.
That's a vacuum pump.
Let's move some of the timber. So, what's this?
That's a Maynard's vacuum pump for milking cows.
So, from a dairy?
Yeah, dairy farm, yeah.
Local dairy farm?
So that come with the Petter M. We don't know where he got it from, but don't know what farm it come off, or
Yeah.
still need to set it up and get it working. But again, we've got so many projects. One day,
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah, well, you're young, aren't you,
Yeah,
Jack? You've got
exactly.
a few years in front of you yet, unlike me. But you're I can't say it now. Progress. That's the word I'm looking for. Progress. Now, I'm sure you'll buy a lot more equipment as well.
Yeah, well, I'm concentrating on my tractors now a bit more than the
You are?
engines. Yeah.
So it's the Dexter that was on the previous video up the field where it's got all the rust on top. Is that?
That's the major. Yeah, that's mine. Yeah.
Is that? And what happened to the bonnet of that then?
Well, it had to have a new bonnet. I reckon from the factory the primer wasn't put on properly.
Yeah.
And it's just bubbled underneath when I've put the top coat on, and it's all peeling off. I will have to do that in the summertime and sort a few things out on it. But that was my first tractor that I got on my 18th birthday.
God, you're so easy to buy a present for, aren't you? Anyway, well, Jack, it's been a pleasure again.
No, that's fine.
And I do appreciate you showing me your equipment and talking on the camera.
No, that's right.
A lot of people don't want to do that, but you and your other members of your family have done it. And hope you enjoy the video that comes up.
Yeah, alright, I'll have a
Cheers
look.
for now.
That's right.
Thanks ever so much, then. Well, there you go. Another one of Jack's collections, stationary engines. And thank Jack for his work, and he's you know, he's a young man and he's carrying on with the hobby and keeping all this old iron going. Thanks for coming along with videos again. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you've got any collections to show me, I'm always looking for people for collections. And I know it's a bit late now for Christmas, but I've got some merch out there. I've got some mugs and some t-shirts. If you fancy buying any mugs, it's tea again after all. Don't forget to get in contact with me. As I say, the description button down here. Thanks for coming along. Cheerio for now.